Hi guys, and welcome to officially last episode of this year. It is crazy to say because if you told me 2 years ago that I would do this again, she wouldn't believe you. Because as many of you know, I tried to do it for the first time in 2022, but then I stopped. I deleted everything. I was just, so insecure about my accent, my voice, how I present myself, about the things I was saying. I was very scared that people might think it's cringe, and I just really, really cared about what other people think of me. And I kind of broke that wall this year. And really, what I just want to say is thank you guys. This is kind of like a rewind of everything that I talked about. I kind of just want to briefly say what each episode meant for me. And really, it's just so crazy. And I just really, really want to thank you, because stepping into adulthood with this and the opportunities that I received because of starting this and doing this is crazy. And the support and everything, and also the friendships I've made, it's totally insane. And I just don't know what to say, honestly. I tried to prepare something like a little speech, but I'm no better with words, and I don't want to cry today. It's been enough crying, I think, this year, and I think all of us deserve to celebrate. And truly, whenever someone sends me like a quote I said or something that touched them, it just means so much, because when I'm speaking and yapping, sometimes I don't even realize what I say. And when people message me and are like, this and this touched me, it just is crazy to me how people actually listen to me. And I'm not even listening to myself most times, which is so hilarious to me, honestly. And that's what I learned this year also, to listen to myself, to listen to my needs, what I want to do, what I enjoy. And this I really, really enjoy, and I'm really happy that I stayed consistent with this. I mean, obviously in the beginning it was hard, but then thanks to a lot of people, my friends, who told me that you should do this, and that I decided to then do your puppy up. This is actually one of the first episodes that I do alone. It's crazy how many episodes I have with other people, other singers that I couldn't believe I reached out to, and hopefully there's many more. So if you're listening to this, and you know about some small artists, or if you are a small artist, or if you want to begin your musical journey or something like that, and you like to talk about it and you want to talk about it, reach out to me. I will definitely want to speak to you as well. Because, as much as I love doing podcasts and writing and other stuff, I also love being a fangirl. It's something that I enjoy, and I'm finally not ashamed to, talk about and share, because that was also one of my biggest insecurities. I just cared so much to be cool and to only share cool stuff, because I didn't want to be this crazy fangirl that, people will talk about and be like, oh my god, like all she talks about is her favorite artist or whatsoever. But this is part of me, and it deserves to be shared in many ways. And I'm just so lucky to meet so many amazing people through this as well, because obviously my podcast wouldn't be podcast without these artists that I know, and my love for music and supporting people, and obviously the friends I made in group chats, through fandoms and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just so grateful, and I hope I can continue doing this. And yeah, let's quickly do a rewind. So it was not a full episode, it was a message from me, and it's like a quick welcome. I don't know if anyone listened to it. It's like a trailer. But it's a baby picture of me on there, and it's my favorite picture ever, and many people love it as well. One of my friends is like, you should make this your podcast profile picture, and I didn't do it, but it's on my trailer, and it's so significant to me in so many ways, because she's still inside of me. She's always like so silly, and it just means a world to me. So yeah, that's kind of like a little backstory. Even it's not even a story, but a little meaningful picture about why I put my baby picture right there. I just feel like baby pictures in general are so precious, because they're the parts of us that are not ruined by this world, and we should keep them inside of us for as long as we can. I mean, they will still be, but just like cherish it, you know. You don't have to hide your true self. I think our baby self is the most purest version of ourselves, and we should cherish it more. And I feel like we kind of forgot about that, because people just don't want to associate themselves with the versions they were before. But, you know, as a person who made many mistakes, obviously, it's fine. Like, I was learning and growing, and I'm still gonna learn and grow. Like, this is not the end. I'm just ending high school next year. Well, this year. Which is crazy to me. I cannot believe that I spent my last Christmas as a high schooler, and next year my life will be totally different. Which I also wanted to share that since I'm ending high school, and you know, I won't be hanging out with all my friends. Actually, tomorrow I'm hanging out with one of my best friends from school, and I knew her since kindergarten. But I won't meet these people anymore. I won't be with them, and it's scary. It's honestly very scary. And I spent crying 2 days ago a lot about this. And I was thinking about how am I gonna, you know, make new friendships, and how am I gonna perceived by other people, because I spent my whole life in this school, because there's kindergarten and primary school and then high school in one building. So I spent my whole life in one building with the same people almost. Some people came, some people went, but it was usually like the same people around me. And now kind of realizing that it ends in May, and I just won't be with these people anymore. Obviously, we will hang out and we will try to stay connected as much as we can, but in September or October, I don't know when my semester will start, I just go into different building with different people, and I will do different stuff, and I will obviously need to speak more and maybe control myself, but it's also so revealing, because these people don't know about me, and I just can like start over. But nonetheless, I am not ashamed of who I was. I think she was great, and she is a good person and was a good person, and she maybe was sometimes a little too much, but she deserves to be loved as anyone else, and she shaped me into the person I am. So yeah, I just wanted to share that kind of thing and what I learned, and hopefully we can learn more next year. My first episode will come out literally the next January, like in January, like next week, next Friday, with one of the most amazing people who, she's the same age as me. You will see, I'm not going to spoil it right now. She's the same age as me, and she made so many incredible things, and I am just so like lucky to know her, and that she wanted to do this with me. And when I release it, you will see. She is amazing. So yeah, I'm just so inspired by other people as well. And if you are the same age as me, or a little younger, or maybe older, and you feel like you didn't do enough, I promise you have time. You have so much time in the world. I still feel like I have a lot of time. I'm trying to do new things, different things, and this was one of it. And I will repeat myself a lot, but I'm just so incredibly grateful for everything. So my first full episode was Society is a Puppet Show, which was about my essay that touched so many others and my heart as well. And sometimes I cannot believe I even wrote it, because you don't know how many times I deleted so many parts because I was like, that's too much. And even when I sent it to the competition, which I actually won, and that was crazy, like I cried so much. I remember that day I was shopping with my mom, and then I came home and I didn't bring my phone because it was dead, so it was charging. And then I checked my emails and there was like, congratulations. And I was like, what is this? And then I opened it and it was from the competition committee. And I opened it and I just saw my name being the first place, and I cried like a baby because, writing it from such a point of view and writing such a feminist work was hard for me. And I don't know if you guys remember, but I was talking about how I wanted to write a book like that kind of. But then I kind of scrapped it. I still have it, but I was like, I don't know if I really want this to be my first piece of work if it ever gets released. And I started to work on different one, but I came back to it actually a few days ago, and I started to love it so much that I wrote a few pages, and I just feel so connected to it to the point that I actually might finish it, and maybe it will see light of the day next year. I would love it, but I don't know if people will appreciate it. I will try to find, some people who might help me with it to help it release, but I just feel like it was so important to say. And I'm really happy that I kind of went deep in this episode and really explained what it was about, because I put a lot of thought in it. The second episode is If We Forgive Our Fathers, What Is Left? That was mostly about grief. As you know, I lost my father a year ago in November. And grief was an important part in my life this year as well, because I lost my dog, and many people may think that it's just an animal, but she was a big part of my life, even more than my father, which is insane to say, but it was true. And it was even harder, but in this episode I just kind of wanted to explain a different grief, because when you love someone, you carry love in your heart. I carry so much love for my dog still. There are times where I cry a lot because I miss her. But for my father, it was different, since he wasn't really present and didn't want to know me. It wasn't like, we met or something, like he didn't want to. And even though whatever happened, he's still my father. And kind of carrying this kind of grief, it was and is still very confusing, because I like to make fun of it. My friends know. If you're listening to it and you're my friend, I'm so sorry that I make you so uncomfortable with my jokes. And I'm trying to joke about it to kind of like go through it, but it's hard, and I don't know how to cope with that still, and I don't think I ever will. So yeah, this episode was kind of about that, and I received so many amazing comments about this and messages, so really thank you for listening to this. The third episode was The Kind of Radiance You Only Have at 17, which was about my 17s, because I turned 18 that day. And it was just really about how 17 changed my life. Really, it was life-changing, and this year was even more. And I remember when I turned 18, I cried a lot, because I was like, what if I peaked at 17? What if this is it for now and I don't have anything else to offer? but actually it was not true, and I offered, I think, a lot, and I am proud of myself in so many aspects. And then I learned a lot and grew a lot, and I am ready for whatever is to come. And obviously there were hard days where I thought like this is the end, and like I don't know how to cope with things, but also there were so many beautiful days where I just felt really lucky and grateful. Another episode was life update, kind of, which to be honest with y'all, I don't even like remember what I was talking about. I just feel like I was kind of going through a hard time with figuring out what to do with myself. Also, the birthday episode was in March and this one was in July, so you kind of know that I was going through a hard time, also with school as well. But now it's fine. Like now school is so good and I have good grades and I am not stressed at all, and I'm just so happy that this year is kind of like chill and all that kind of stuff. But I was going through a hard time then, so yeah, just listen to it. I don't really remember, to be honest with y'all, so I'm sorry about that. Another episode was Music is Air We Breathe, which was the best episode. Like everyone loved it so much. I was talking about being a fangirl and what music meant to me. And I think that was an important episode, and also kind of the beginning of an idea of, oh my God, I should do interviews with small artists, because, you know, people sometimes were bitches about me listening to small artists because they thought that I just want attention and I just want like interactions and all that kind of stuff, but that was not true. Like I truly love music from small artists so much because they put so much thought and work into this, and it deserves to be cherished way more. And I sometimes think it's even better than the mainstream artists. I mean, a lot of you guys know I'm a biggest Swiftie ever, and I love Taylor so much, and she worked really hard for this. But sometimes, you know, there are people who write even like better record, you know, like production or lyrics, you know, and they just don't get that kind of attention because you just need to be really lucky to be born in the family you are born and with the opportunities, and you just need to catch really fast on things and grow them more. So yeah, it was just really about that, and I'm super proud of this episode. And the next episode was Your Anxiety Does Not Define You, because anxiety was and is still a big part of my life. I overthink everything and I'm anxious about even the smallest things ever. But it was so nice to talk about it. I actually like really prepared myself where I didn't want to make mistakes, but also I didn't want to seem like I am professional and a therapist, because that's not who I am. I was just talking from my personal experience, and I know there's so many like different anxieties that people can go through. But yes, I just wanted to make kind of like a virtual hug kind of episode where I could talk about anxiety. And then I made my first puppy up with Zoe J. Parker, which is an amazing artist, and I can't wait for her new music, and everyone should check her out because she's so talented. And that's how Puppy Up started, and I'm just so insanely grateful that she wanted to do this with me, and I'm sending her the biggest thank you because she was the beginning of this era and this little project, you know. And she is so smart and well spoken, so yeah, really just thank you a million times, and check it out. We had such an amazing discussion about cancel culture and speaking up about some things, and she's just so smart, so yeah, listen to it. Next episode was Crying Session and Yap Yap Yap, which was about my dog and about grief again. I think I talk about grief a lot, but it is kind of a big part of my life because I've lost a lot of people, even though I don't talk about it. A lot of people, and grief can be also formed in a way where a person didn't die, but they died for you. And yeah, this was about my dog, so really I was just crying and talking about how much I miss her. So yeah, if you feel like crying, listen to it. I think it's really deep episode. Then I had Puppy Up with Neriah, which is my favorite person ever. Best person ever. I'm so proud of her. I cannot believe how close we are and how much of a support she is. You don't know how many times I doubted myself and she was just there for me. So really the biggest thank you goes to her, and I don't know where I would be without her. She was the rock for me when things were really bad 2 years ago. And this episode was just amazing. I cannot believe we talked about tour and how much she wants to tour, and now she's going on tour. So if you're from USA, you should definitely go. The ticket is only $20. So you should consider this. And VIP is only $50. And these ticket prices are insane. Like, I cannot believe how good they are, and she truly cares about her fans the most. So if you're not part of the Noodle family, you should change it. But really, she is just my biggest inspiration and the person I love the most, and she's like a sister to me. Our birthdays are literally a day apart because I'm March 14th and she's March 15th. So yeah, really check her out. She's going on tour. She might be announcing another leg very soon. You'll see. I'm not gonna spill anything. And another episode was Don't Let Anyone Cut Your Angel Wings, which I was talking about, kind of like you should chase your dreams no matter what obstacles come your way. It was kind of like an uplifting episode. I feel like I was talking about my podcast as well and how I was scared of doing it, but then I did it, and insane things happened since then. So yeah, if you ever feel like you don't want to continue doing this and this and this, listen to this episode. It's really nice reminder. And then my Poppy Up era kind of started, where it was just Poppy Up and nothing else. So another one was with Dear Lily, which is just such an incredible artist, and you should check her out. And I already miss talking to her because she was just so kind, and I love her 2 songs, The City and Eternal, and I cannot believe she's real, honestly. Then I had pop episode with my favorite person ever in the whole entire universe. It was Eileen, Alister. I cannot believe that when I discovered her in May, she had barely 3,000 followers, and now she's at 40-something thousand. That's crazy. I'm just so proud of her. She's so talented and so kind, and I cannot believe how she's grown, and she was such a help as well when I was going through hard times. Everyone should know about her. She's absolutely fucking amazing, and I just love her beyond words. And hopefully next Poppy Up will be when she releases an EP or an album or something, because we really need it, and she's going places. I cannot believe she's real. And I may be seeing her in London. I am doing everything so I can see her. So really, I'm just so excited to finally meet my favorite person ever. And the views and everything and everyone was just so kind, and people kind of started to discover me through her. So thank you, Eileen, for making me relevant. That's a big, huge thank you, because nobody knew about me, and then she came up and reposted it, and people listened to it, and they said how much of a great interview I am, and I was like, oh my god, are you fucking kidding me? This is real. But it was. So yeah, this is with Eileen, Alister. Listen to this, really. Then I had another episode with Cooke, which is the kindest person ever. I hope to see her very soon. She is just so pure and so talented. If you love Ariana Grande, you should check her out, because she's Ariana's daughter, literally. And her music is just so kind of I am feeling sexy, but also you deserve to rot in hell, but also I am just a girl with a lot of emotions. Really, she is awesome, and I cannot wait for the things she's about to release because I know they will be amazing, and I just love her. I just love her so much. Another episode was with beau, Madison, and she is an angel on earth. I just cannot believe like this happened and that I found out about her and her music. She's so beyond talented and she grows so much. Like, this is crazy how much she grew. And she's also so kind-hearted. She's literally sending me package that I want to give away. Like, what the hell? Like, who does that? Like, she's so pure and she loves all of her supporters so much. I just cannot wait for next year and what she's about to serve, because it's amazing. Like, whenever I feel sad, I just put on her and like I dance around. It's amazing. And when we talked, she had a song called Won't Be Dancing on My Own. You should listen to it. It was her last song that she released. And yeah, I just had so much fun chatting with her and I cannot wait for next year. Then I had an episode with Nicole, which I loved for 2 years. And listen, when she responded to me and then she followed me on Instagram, I was like, you are shitting my dick. She's amazing. She's so underrated. Her music is amazing. She has 2 EPs out and you should listen to it, really. I just love her very much. Cannot believe we talked. She is so fun. She's literally, if Sun was a person, like, she's amazing and everyone should listen to her latest EP, Sweet Timing. It is one of my favorite EPs ever. I am connecting EPs and albums in the same thing because whatever, my rules, but she's insane for her music and I cannot wait for more, and she deserves so much more followers and listeners because I just hate how underrated she is. It literally pains me. So everyone check out her. That episode with Avery Kotler, she's such a cutie. Also, if you love Taylor Swift, you should listen to her. Her lyrics are goddamn unreal. And when we talked and how she explained so many things, it was crazy. And she said how lyrics mean so much to her and you can literally see it. Like, she's amazing. I love her so much. And we had such an in-depth conversation about her single as well, 47. She has unique craft. She has unique voice, production, but the lyrics are crazy. Like, if you are the lyrics girly or boy, you should listen to her. She's absolutely thriving and love her so much. And then another episode was with Elizabeth Wong, which a few days ago, I think 3 days ago, I was on her Zoom and she sounds as good in live as in the studio version. And I love how open she was with, moving from California back to Singapore and how it actually changes everything. It was crazy. It was crazy talking with her because she's so talented and she has so many amazing songs out. Her EP 18 is literally everything to me. Like, it literally explains what being an 18-year-old girl is, and I cannot get over this EP, but also her her newest EP called Back to California is like her being homesick and wishing to go back, and that was really significant as well because nobody really talks about missing something that you can't have for a longer time. And also her new song Angeline, which she said it was about her mom, but also other people, can be about friendship. For me personally, it's more about friendship. And really, she was just so open, and I'm just so grateful for that. And the last pop yab of the year was with Livia, which, oh my god, I cannot even start on her because she's so, first of all, she's the funniest person ever. She's so smart. She literally made a crossword thing where people should listen to this episode and then make a crossword because she like answered my questions, and her HQ account put a crossword, and the things she's doing, the Easter eggs, the production, like when she told me about some production that she took from old song, or how she wrote things on piano, like all that kind of stuff, I was just like in disbelief. Like when this episode ended, like when we stopped talking about things, and we just like, it was over, I sat in my room for legit 15 minutes, and I was like, what the fuck just happened? She's so smart. Like, she's one of the smartest people I've ever met, and I just love her so much. I love all of these people. So again, thank you, Zoe and neriah and Lily and Eileen, Katie, Beau, Nicole, Avery, Liz, and Liv. I love you. I love you so much, guys. I cannot believe you wanted to do this with me, and I cannot wait for next year. So again, thank you, and thank you all for listening to this. This is half an hour. I'm so sorry. I'm always yapping too much, but really just thank you. Thank you for spending time with me, for listening to this, for sending me nice comments, and I cannot wait for next year. I have so much planned. I hope it works out. I love all of you very much. I may be taking a little break between because I'm graduating, and the exams might be like hard, and I'm actually just like shitting myself, to be honest with y'all. But we will get through it. You will get through it. I will get through it. Everyone will get through the hard stuff, and I just hope 2025 will be as gentle as this year was for me personally. If it was hard for you, I'm so sorry, but I am here for you, and I hope we can spend it together. And even though this is virtual and you're just literally hearing my voice, but I feel like we can be so connected and make such a community where people can be there for each other. So yeah, hopefully talk to you next year, that I'll stay alive, that we'll stay alive, that this world will work for 1 more year. And yeah, just pure love and kindness. Remember to be kind no matter what. But also remember to stand up for yourself when someone is in the wrong. You deserve to be respected. I love you. I'm signing off for now, and see you next year.